Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up?
And today on Movie Social, we're going to be doing a spoiler review for the Netflix series Ginny and Georgia, which is out now. But before we actually get into this review here, if you like what we're doing on this channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the channel and video with your family and friends. Alright, so I already can tell me and him have different views on this show.
Very much.
But all I can say is, in real life, it does have a lot of history repeating itself for family members. And you gotta, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you gotta try to break those cycles and habits sometimes. But Ginny was honestly a spitting image of her mother for the most part, but she had a little bit more brains than her mother for certain things and knew certain lines not to cross, in my opinion. When I say certain lines, I'm talking about for certain things that her mother did.
Mm-hmm.
She felt like, no, I can't do it. I'll just either go another way or walk away from it all.
Okay.
In my opinion. But yes, there were a lot of moments where she should have been disciplined a little bit better. But at the same time, the way the mother was raised and pronounced the mother also explains why certain things are always let go.
Correct. 1,000. I agree with you 1,000% on that.
Because I felt, at first, when I first was watching, I'm like, man, this girl needs to go somewhere with that. Talking about the mother, the way she was doing things. Mm-hmm. But then when you find out more about what her parents were like and all that, and why she ran away,
mm-hmm.
you start to understand a little bit better of her habits and things. But some, I still say, yeah, you should have just kept on going. Because when we found out about her killing her ex-husband, well, her husband, she was getting ready to divorce anyway, but killed him and was trying to get the money. The whole reason why she killed him was to protect her daughter, because he was a pedophile, in my opinion, was touching on her and all, and trying to be inappropriate and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was defending and protecting her daughter, but nobody else knew that. Now, Ginny, of course, found out towards the end.
She put two and two together, yes.
That's the only reason why she didn't tell on her mother. But mm-hmm. That's why she ran away, too.
And that right there bothered me. And that's where I come in.
I mean, it bothered me, yes. But go ahead.
Okay. So, this is how I was thinking of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, her mother was goofy as far as parenting, when it comes to parenting and stuff.
Well, she had no examples, but...
Yeah. But exactly. She had no one to actually show her how to actually be a mother, because she didn't have a really good relationship. She didn't have a relationship at all.
She had no parents.
So
they were dead, like she said.
So in my eyes, right,
mm-hmm.
the things that her mother was doing were obviously, as she stated, to protect them.
Yes. Some I say no. Some of it was just her being.
So for one thing, I don't know. So for when it comes to the son, I don't know the whole story there. So it could be that the guy is a deranged killer or whatever. We don't know.
Well, no. She said she made it look like he committed a
fraud. Yeah.
Fraud and all that. Which she actually did, but she pinned it on him.
Yeah.
Send him away. I don't know. Maybe he was hitting on her. Who knows? They didn't
divulge into that. Exactly.
But she has a pattern of picking up those kind of guys.
Exactly.
Now, the very first guy, in my opinion, I don't know if he was actually choking or something or whatever, and she just like, I'm not gonna help him.
No, she put pills in his drink.
Because I didn't see that part.
Yeah, she put pills in his drink.
I didn't feel like rewinding.
Yeah, she definitely put pills in his drink.
Now
when it came to Zion, though,
mm-hmm.
he showed that he loved and cared for her and
mm-hmm.
everything like that. So she just ran away because she thought that they was going to take...
Well, his parents. Honestly, that was his only flaw. He couldn't stand up to his own parents.
Agreed. Now, my problem with Ginny, right, is if my mom does something to protect me...
But you don't know if she's protecting you. That's the thing. The mom wasn't honest. And that's the biggest fault I had for the mother. You weren't honest with your kids. That's the only people you had to be honest with. Not the younger son. You didn't have to tell him everything until he grew up. But Ginny, she's at the age where she should have been telling her stuff.
So here's my thing. And then, okay, you said it, right? My whole thing is this. At what age is it appropriate to tell your child that you've seen someone put his hands on you and you murdered it?
I wouldn't have said the murder part. I would have just talked to her about the whole situation.
But he's gone, like, so it's just like...
It's still... There's things that she should have been talking to her daughter about.
I honestly don't feel
why they're moving so much. Because
okay.
He didn't have to go into detail. Oh, I killed this guy or whatever. But why they're moving so much instead of saying, oh, just because it doesn't work out with the guy, we moved. Because that's the way the daughter. That's the way
it did seem that way.
It was going, and the son, same thing. She didn't try to provide enough information to the kids that were entitled to information. Because, all right, you as a kid, your mom said we moving to another state after you didn't already found friends or whatever, or trying to find friends, trying to get comfortable. But you moving to another state just because your mom, in your eyes, broke up with the guy. Your mom and the guys no longer together.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't question my mom. Here's why.
But this is now the third time that this happened.
Again, I wouldn't. But depending on what age I am, I wouldn't question my mom because one,
you're a teenager.
Yeah, so like if I'm 18, 17, then I'm gonna wonder why.
Well, she was 15 and 16, but those are still the same time. High school is the most important time of your.
I agree.
Life.
I just feel like this. As a child, I'm gonna stay in a child. And then this is how I was raised. I'm a child. I'm gonna stay in a child's place.
See, you're not a child as a teenager. That's the problem. You're on the cusp of becoming an adult.
On the cusp, but still.
Once you're in high school, those are the times where you have to be able to make your own decisions to better your life and to set your life up. So if you're moving, and it showed in the show, like how she didn't have any extracurricular activities and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they moved too much before she could settle in and be able to do anything.
But again, like he did say, like her dad said, you not being extracurricular activities, is that you're gonna blame your mom for that, or is you gonna blame yourself for that? Because
I blame both.
You gotta put yourself out there though.
I blame both because you also, as a child, become reclusive and not want to do all because you feel like, okay, we're just going to up and move again. But by the time I get adjusted and start liking something, we're going to move. I'm not going to have no fun for it.
I get that part, but I just don't feel like she was grateful enough, though.
I don't know, because at the end it showed that she was grateful enough. She didn't
say anything, but she left.
She had all the evidence and information to put her mom in jail for life. But she understood what her mom really did and why she did it. And so she wasn't going to rat out her mom. She tried to help destroy the evidence for her mother. And then she decided to leave for her and her brother's safety. Which she, in my opinion, she was right for part of it. I wouldn't have left, but I would have had a conversation with the mother.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, either we're going to do this differently or we're going. But she's her mother's daughter. So what did the mother always do? Leave, start over, start fresh.
So let me ask you this question. Would you have, and again, maybe this is different because, again, your mother is different and my mother is different versus Georgia here. Yeah. Would you have said the things to your mother or acted towards your mother?
No, but see, they had that kind of relationship.
So that's I think that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what
she had, that friendly relationship type of vibe.
And your mother has a I'm your mother.
We were more strict.
Yeah, that's why the way I'm thinking, like, yo, my mom would have beat me under the ground.
But see, at the same time, you can see some of the things that she didn't benefit the child because of she wanted to be more friendly.
True.
At the same time, especially with the son, in my opinion, because he should have been in therapy. Yes. Now, granted, I don't condone him stabbing that boy with the pen. But that boy had it coming.
He deserved that. He deserved all
him
that.
And his mother had a lot coming. Now, it's sad finding out
about the father, about her husband.
But that still doesn't give you the right to act any kind of way to anybody.
No.
And then the son is only doing it the way his mother was doing everything. So he's doing everything how his mother bullying him. And so, hey, you gonna go ahead and get what's coming. Now, she should have put him in therapy after that and help, because he had not having the father around and always moving, and that was taking a toll on the son.
You can definitely tell it's taking a toll on him, and you can tell the son doesn't understand certain things.
He doesn't know nothing.
Because remember, like, when he was playing hide and seek with Zion or whatever, and Zion was like, all right, my turn. He just like got sad and.
Well, no, that's because he found the letters and read the letters.
That's before.
No, that's when it happened.
Yeah, that's when it happened. But I'm saying, like, what I was saying was the way he acted when Zion told him it was his turn to hide. He just got like sad and was like, "No, I want to hide again." So like, I don't. He doesn't like. That's something that as a kid, like,
he was spoiled too.
That's my point. That's the point that I was trying to get to. Like, he was spoiled to where he doesn't understand. Like, okay, it's time to take turns. This, that, and the third. That's because of the stuff that his mother was doing. She wasn't really.
She wasn't honest about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the whole thing with the letters. Now, honestly, I thought the letters was about Zion and Ginny. I thought she was right because didn't it look like she was writing the letters to Ginny and texting and all? That's why when Zion popped up, I'm like, whoa. How is he texting her? No, it wasn't the mom doing that. But again, we found out later on it was about Sutton's father.
Yeah. And one last thing that I didn't like was how Ginny was upset with her mother because Zion left. When he left on his own volition.
Yes, but remember, she already talked to both of them and told them, don't go down that path because that's going to happen. She blamed the mom because that's how it's always been. The mom has always been the reason why Zion has left. Or they left Zion.
Yeah, but this time around, it wasn't her fault.
Partially, it wasn't. It was her fault because she was giving him those mixed signals. They had sex again. They were sleeping. He wanted to work it out and have an actual family relationship with them.
And she was.
And then she was. And then he seen how she was in love with the mayor.
She just was there. All she was doing to me.
It was the way they were looking at each other.
To me, she was just working. You know, she was just doing what she was doing.
Had their side little conversation, and her face lit up, and she started smiling. You could tell different. I mean, and then she accepted. I mean, Zion didn't know, but she accepted that proposal.
Yeah, she definitely did, though.
She in that ring.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope though this show gets a season 2 because there's
it needs to. It's too many.
What happens to Ginny and the son? 2. What about those letters that actually finally got mailed to the father?
Also, they found out that her name was different. The private investigator found out her name was different when he was in New Orleans, and then that her first husband
but see,
was missing.
He doesn't have evidence.
Yeah, he doesn't have evidence because
it's going to be either he's going to try and catch her and he actually doing something. I hope she don't try to kill the mayor.
No. I don't think that's the kind of thing. She literally, I think, honestly, the only reason why she killed the other guy is because he's seen her, so he's seen him.
Multiple guys now.
Well, okay, the last guy, Kenny. Kenny was his name. Last time, the only reason why she killed Kenny is because she seen him filling up on his daughter.
But see, to me, at the same time, though, she always had the opportunity just to leave. Now, granted, she wanted the money.
I mean, that's the only smart list.
I mean, I wouldn't even left. I'd have recorded him in the act of doing it and took it to the cops. That way you can still get the money, and he goes to jail for it.
True. I can see it working out that way too.
And of course, she did to the worst person of all. You do that with a guy that had a first wife with a child, and knowing he's going to leave you all the money and stuff. And so you know it's going to be problems. Honestly, I'd have went to the wife the moment I knew about the will. Yo, we're going to split this 50-50.
Bruh, the fact that she got that man cremated with the quickness was crazy. They put his ashes in the fireworks. Bruh.
Yo, and then she said it too. Dude. Honestly, though, that might not have been a smart decision because
he could have had
if there's any residue still on the fireworks. Now, of course, you can't really test the DNA, but if there was still like a little chunk piece of bone, they could test that. Be tough, but you never know.
That was ridiculous. But see, then after that, you can check to see if it was bone, but that it was him. But you can't check to see if he was poisoned.
No. So, but if it was him,
at least a suspicion, yeah.
And it would open up an opportunity for them to do thorough investigations into her. Because who gets cremated after a burial happened? Exhumed the body.
She lucky she put that money, and she lucky she put that money back too.
Honestly, I think she knew that she was onto her.
Yeah, I had a feeling too.
And that she put the money back to try and set her up to get her off the campaign.
So not only did she put the money back, like it lined up.
The amount of money. The amount of money lined up. But
no. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about the timeline because they found they threw out the what's the word I'm looking for? They threw out the hearing for the will.
Oh yeah.
They threw that out. and then like it lined up with her getting the money from the will with being able to put that money back.
Oh yeah.
So it lined up perfectly for her to get be able to put it back.
She lucky.
She definitely is.
She's on a super slippery slope. But not even just Ginny and her mother. The supporting cast was great in this too.
Yeah, it was. They
her
all
friend
had
Max.
issues.
Yeah, everybody had issues. But it's a shame. The Mags group.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Mag.
Yeah.
Mange.
Mang.
Whatever,
Something like that.
Whatever you will call it. First of all, that shit could have been a G-Man for all that. That ain't even bad shit. But that whole group of friends had issues. They didn't communicate always with each other. And I'm like, y'all supposed to be those kind of friends. One, you having issues where you just being belittled by your boyfriend and all that. I'm like, yo, she's bony and they trying to call her fat. Or her thighs fat. So she taping them up. Like, yo, get rid of the bull. Especially when they had the party. And he told her to get off him and had the other girl get off him. Like,
yeah. People was in there wilding. I told Jenny that how like one of the friends was talking about her body and stuff like that. And I feel like Hunter, he was a nice guy, but I don't feel like he jumped on
he got punched.
He didn't jump on the like.
We wouldn't have been friends either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't jump on him like, hey yo. He did it like in like a cool way. Man, come on, stop playing. Like no.
But before we actually go, we got to talk about that Hunter and Ginny conversation because that was interesting to me. Who faces more oppression, the Asian American or the African American?
So I don't think.
But it was also with them both being part mixed with being white.
Yeah, I don't think he was saying that he's more oppressed.
Well, no, I know he wasn't, but she was.
Yeah, and he was just basically saying that he gets discriminated against too, but against like with his own.
Yeah,
like he's white Taiwanese, right?
Yeah,
with Taiwanese people is basically he was saying because he's not full-blooded Taiwanese, and then they question him.
I'm like, biracial black kids get the same treatment too. A lot of times
they do.
They get shunned
it
by
sucks,
black
but they do
and whites alike. You're not black enough. You're not white enough.
Yeah,
same thing. I'm
but
like,
see,
it goes both ways for both. But one of my issues with Hunter was the fact with that teacher. You could clearly see that teacher was racist, sexist, all of that. And then had the nerve to say I voted for Obama. I bet you voted for Trump too. That was what I wanted somebody to say.
What was funny to me was when she talked to the girl. Yeah, when she was like, she was like, he has the same complex as the dad from Get Out. He's gonna say he voted for Obama twice. Mm-hmm. What happened when she talked to him? Yeah. I voted for Obama twice.
I'm like, and that doesn't mean you're not a racist.
What does that mean?
All honestly though, I kind of felt like Hunter should have spoken up too when he got the person to be picked for the competition. I'd have been like, no, Ginny deserves it too.
She deserved it, but at the end of the day, and again, this is just what he said was right because. She was right. It did have a beginning, middle, and end, but it wasn't more so in the essay form. Now, if the rules of the competition says essay form, like if it's like state regulated and it says essay form,
remember, he said it didn't. He purposely picked that.
Okay.
That regulation. But see, remember even from the beginning, day one, he should have been fired as a teacher.
Oh yeah.
Because remember how he tried to say that Hunter was the only one that had 100 when Ginny had 100 too.
Oh yeah.
On the same test, and how from the first day
I forgot about that.
Picked her out of everybody on day one. Talking about if this might not be up to your speed and all. No teacher's ever supposed to single out
the part that hurt me the most.
He was talking about the N-word.
Yes.
Yo, that alone should have been fired.
Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, it wasn't a big thing back then, but it is now."
It was always a big thing.
Thank you. It has always been a big thing.
I know. None than the fact that single out Ginny just because she's the only black child in the class. I'm like, yo, and the rest of the class looking up. Nope, you're fired right then and there. Yeah, that's definitely what it should have been.
Yeah, for sure, because that right there ticked me off.
But honestly, this is a great show because it gave you a lot of
It gave you a lot, just a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff to talk about. And it centered around real life events, honestly. From everything that's happening in the world now, small towns trying to get marijuana distributions, everything. Yeah. Great show. I'm hoping Netflix renews this for season 2. What do you guys think about this show? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time.